Good afternoon and welcome back to Solent Sports News. I'm Dan Fletcher and here are your latest headlines. The transfer window is hotting up as there are 10 hours to go for English clubs to complete their deals. And we're joined by BBC Solent Sports' Ian Wilding. Ian, you've covered Southampton a bit this season where it's 1 in, 1 out in the fullback position. What have you made of their winter business?
It's been pretty quiet from Southampton's perspective. I think it's certainly helped the fact that Southampton have moved a few places up the table over the last few weeks, so they're going to be okay this season, which means that urgency to bring in players hasn't been quite what it was. It's good that Kane Ramsey's gone out on loan to Shrewsbury, and then Cedric moving on as well. Carl Walker-Peters coming in offers a bit of fresh impetus down that right-hand side. I think you can see him bombing up and down the field. So I think adding him to the side will add a bit of freshness, but also keep that stability. I think generally Ralph Hasenhüttl will be pretty pleased with what he's got so far.
And looking further down the leagues as well, is there likely to be any deadline day movements at other local clubs like Portsmouth or Eastleigh?
Well, it's going to look pretty quiet, to be honest. As far as Portsmouth are concerned, the Portsmouth boss Kenny Jackett doesn't expect any players to come in. He said he hasn't had any offers from other clubs. Adam May, Brett Pittman are two players that have been linked elsewhere, but no bids have come in as of yet. And as far as Eastleigh are concerned, they'll probably wait, if they do want to bring anyone else in, for a couple more weeks, because they've got a bit of time to do that, see who else is available. But I think they'll be happy as well, because they've got 4 players in on loan. Can't really see any coming in or out of Eastleigh for the time being.
Great, thanks for your time, Ian.
Okay, no problem.
And Tom Mulholland is also here. Has there been any other news around the country?
It's been a very busy hour as the deadline is approaching. A bit of breaking news. We understand Rochdale's highly rated 17-year-old Luke Matheson has arrived for a medical with Wolves ahead of a £1 million deal. And Hull City's Jared Bowen, who's been a subject of much interest from Premier League clubs, appears to be heading to West Ham as they've reached a £20 million deal. And Sheffield United, on the minute, have just signed Rikario Zivkovic, a Dutch forward. So we'll have more on that later. That's all for now. I'll be back at 2.
Thanks, Tom. An update on the tennis, as Dominic Thiem has set up a match against Novak Djokovic in the Australian Open final. Thiem defeated Alexander Zverev 3-1 and won 3 consecutive sets to secure his place in the final. Djokovic, who is the reigning champion, beat Roger Federer in his semi-final as he looks to win his 8th title. In cricket, England have gotten off to the worst possible start in their opening T20 Tri-Series match. The women's team have lost their first game to India. Indian captain Harmanpreet Kaur steered her side to a 5-wicket victory with an unbeaten 42. The game was Lisa Keightley's first as England coach. Tributes will be paid throughout Sunday's Super Bowl to an NBA legend. Kobe Bryant will be honoured by halftime acts Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has also announced that the league will pay their own tribute to Bryant, who died last Sunday. Former teammate Shaquille O'Neal also paid his respects to the great.
Haven't felt the pain that sharp in a while. 47 years old. Lost 2 grandmothers. Lost a Sarge. Lost my sister. And now I lost a little brother.
With the Super Bowl being just a couple of days away, both teams are putting together their final preparations. Dave Miller has more.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. This Sunday is the big one as the Kansas City Chiefs play the San Francisco 49ers for the Lombardi Trophy in Miami. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes is hoping to win the Super Bowl in just his 2nd season starting in the league, with his meteoric rise continuing. This will be Kansas City's first appearance in the Super Bowl in 50 years, and they'll be hoping to cap it off with a victory. In their way will be the 49ers, who have the league's best record at 13-3, and they also have the league's best defence. It's certain to be an exciting game, and you can watch it all on Sunday night.
Thank you, Dave. With England gearing up for the Six Nations, a new debut has been announced. Northampton's George Furbank is one of 3 new additions coach Eddie Jones has made in the squad and has been confirmed to start. Bath's Will Stewart will also be hoping to debut alongside Furbank, whilst Exeter centre Ollie Devoto is in line to win just his 2nd cap. The 2020 Rugby League season got underway last night. The Wigan Warriors defeated the Warrington Wolves 16-10 in a tight affair. The Wolves played over 45 minutes with 12 men as captain Chris Hill was sent off. Formula 1 now, and could there be some contract issues for the current Mercedes driver? Lewis Hamilton says he is yet to start talks with his team over a new contract, with his current one running out this year. The 6-time world champion's future will be of much interest to competing teams, with Ferrari admitting they have held talks with the Briton. last night witnessed a further instalment of YouTube's venture into boxing. Jake Paul claimed his first professional win after knocking out a Nissan Gip in just 2 minutes and 18 seconds. YouTube boxing fans will be itching to see what happens next, as straight after the fight, Paul went on to call out KSI, who defeated his brother last year.
KSI is going to get clocked next. I didn't have to win. I didn't have to win by 2 points.
I'm here. I'm going to
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
The outbreak of the coronavirus is now affecting the world of sport. The LPGA Blue Bay golf event, due to take place in China on the 5th of March, has been cancelled because of the outbreak. Organisers of the women's-only event have said the health and safety of players, fans and staff was their highest priority. That's all from us for now. We'll be back in an hour. Just a reminder, there are only 10 hours remaining in the January transfer window, and we will of course keep you up to date with any developments.